Alright, this is John Cola with OKRaw.com, and today I'm actually off. I'm here in California right now at my house, and I'm off to Las Vegas, Nevada to visit my brother and his wife and his son. And also there's a Raw Food Potluck today at 2 o'clock, and it's currently 9 a.m. in the morning. And I'm going to bring some fresh picked greens to the potluck, so let's walk around and pick some greens. So first we have right here, we have my tree kale. Famous tree kale. This stuff's so tender and sweet. We'll pick a couple small leaves, maybe a couple larger ones too. And the reason why I'm making this video today is to tell you and share with you the best food or best recipe to bring to a potluck. And what that is fresh food. After all, raw foods is about eating, fresh fruits and vegetables. Hopefully you're not in the trap of all those dehydrated foods and other foods. We want to eat foods that are alive. And these foods that I'm picking here are fresh and alive. So now we're picking some dino kale. And these plants are 6 months old actually, so they just grow up into stalks, and sometimes if you over harvest they don't look too good like these. Like that plant right there. But if you just pick one leaf off each plant, the plants are going to do really well and be able to continue growing for you. So you see we have a lot more dino kale here, and these are actually Georgia collards here, little small leaves. These plants have been in the ground for over a year now, maybe 2. You can see how thick the stalk is on that. But the reason why I'm making this video is to share with you the best food to bring to potluck. You want to bring fresh food, so hopefully you grew it yourself, and hopefully it's picked right before the potluck. So I'm fairly confident to say that, more dino kale here, confident to say that this kale that I'm picking and these greens that I'm picking is probably the freshest stuff at the potluck, because if it's not picked fresh, you're buying it from the store, and if it's from the store, then it's been, picked maybe 7 days ago, and put in refrigerated trucks and shipped across the country. And you know what? Our food degrades. So just like we want to eat raw foods for our health, if we want the highest level of health, we need to eat fresh foods. If you think about any other animal in nature, they know where their food comes from. They go out and, find it, forage it, kill it if they're a carnivore. And they know what bush, the giraffe knows what tree, the goat knows what bush their food is coming from. But can you say you honestly know what bush or what plant your salad came from today? Unless you grow it yourself, or unless you, buy at the farmer's market and know the farmer. You can't say that. And, I think there should be food accountability. So this is the first video that I'm making to show food accountability. I'm literally picking the greens, and then I'll film it being eaten, and I'll talk to some people at the potluck when it is being eaten. And we should have food accountability for all our food. Everything we eat. I mean, every animal on earth that lives in the wild has 100% food accountability. They find their food, they know where it came from. But us as human beings, we don't. We just go to the store and buy it, and we don't exactly know where it comes from. We don't know what's been done to it. We don't know how it's been processed, So we want to have some food accountability, grow our own food. So here's a nice bed of greens here that I'm growing. So this is, I think these are Georgia collards I'm picking right now. And red boar kale. Nice red boar kale here, nice and purple. Want to be sure to eat a variety of foods, a variety of colors. Oh, and this is when the chard gets really sweet now in the garden. Let's see, I could probably pick some red chard here. This stuff's like eating, it's like really salty now. Red chard. Some cabbage leaves. So this is going to be a nice mixture for the potluck today. Since I am flying on the plane, I'm not able to make a dressing, but hopefully people will have dressings and other things to eat with these leaves. But otherwise, these leaves are just going to be so sweet and so good. Oh, here's my favorite. Red Russian kale. This stuff's my favorite. really sweet. Just coming on. I think this is my first harvest this year so far. The red Russian kale. Let's see what else we could pick. So when you're harvesting, you definitely want to, pick one leaf off each plant and continue on moving down. Otherwise, if you pick all the leaves on one plant, it won't be able to keep growing and keep providing you with food. So let's see here. I think we're doing pretty good. Maybe we'll pick a little bit more dino kale here. Dino kale. And how about this? These are Brussels sprouts. So you can see the smaller Brussels sprouts there. And the Brussels sprouts actually open up if the temperatures aren't right. I mean, we know Brussels sprouts is little closed sprouts in the store, but how about Brussels sprout greens? The sprouts actually open, they look like this, and these greens are just like any other kind of broccoli or cruciferous vegetable. Or broccoli leaves, actually. So yeah, cabbage. Just Brussels sprouts, which is another cabbage. So it's like cabbage leaves. Have a couple of those there. So you can see here, we have our salad. And we're going to show it being served in Las Vegas when we get there. Alright, so here's the update. We're actually at the airport, ready to board the flight. And there's the plane we're going to catch over to Las Vegas. And hopefully we'll be there soon. And get to the potluck and serve the fresh picked greens from my garden. Alright, so we're here in Vegas, and this is the place of the potluck. And we're going to go inside. As you can see, the greens made it alright. I'm also bringing some fresh carob pods and actually another bowl with dehydrated tree kale. Alright, so we're here at the potluck, and here's all the different food that's brought. And as you can see, my kale and my greens made it alright. Brought dehydrated kale over there, and these are all the different potluck dishes. Nori and different things. Alright, so I'm back in California, and I'm glad to be back in California here from Las Vegas. It was definitely a nice trip. I had a nice trip out to visit my brother and his wife and his kid, and to have time to go to the potluck. It was really fun. I didn't get to film anybody at the potluck. I was so busy chatting it up and meeting new people. It was quite fun. And but I did want to say that many people did give me some comments. They said the kale that I brought, and especially even the dried kale I brought, was very good. Especially, I mean, it was plain. I didn't put any dressing on it, but people love and can taste when things are full of life force and full of energy, and when things just taste good naturally. And if we had high quality food all the time that you grew yourself in rock dust minerals and compost, it would taste good naturally. Now the stuff you buy at the store, at Whole Foods or your local grocery store, I mean, that kale has been picked 7 days ago. It's not as fresh, not as vibrant, and it's not going to taste as good because literally it's factory farmed on organic factories that just pump out food to get to you, the consumer, to buy, so a corporation could make money off you. Most of the food you buy in the Whole Foods is not grown by a small-time farmer. It's grown by big agro businesses. So I want you to think about that. So next time you're preparing a raw food dish for a raw food potluck, hopefully I've encouraged you to grow your own food. And if you can't do that, just bring the freshest food that you could bring. A nice, good recipe, rich in fruits and vegetables, because that's what raw foods is about. I want to see a lot of fresh fruits and fresh vegetables at potlucks, and less and less of the dehydrated foods, because those aren't the foods that make us feel the best. The best foods have water content. We are 70 to 75% water, and if we're not eating that higher percentage of water in our foods, then it's dehydrating us. It's taking our water, our life. So make foods that have high water content, made out of fresh fruits and vegetables, highest quality possible, and I look forward to seeing you at the next potluck, and you can say, hey John, come over and try my kale. That'd be so cool. See you next time.